Record on this computer. Okay, great. So we have a minute. Just checking everyone here. Anyone who wants to be on the chat, wants to participate, please get your video on so we can. Okay, 4 o'clock. Okay. Hi, everybody. Thank you all for being here. It's fascinating to see so many people here from so many different parts of the world. We see Venice, I see India, I see America, different parts of Europe. So great to see so many people here from all over, which is fascinating. So today, let me just tell you about Fashionablyin. We're a B2B trade show platform. We're based in London. We've been doing events in the B2B space, fashion and textiles. We've been doing it for the last few years. Sadly, COVID has slowed our business down, and that's why we're doing these virtual events to try and get everyone together. So we basically focus on a different segment every week. So this week was bridal, next week is apparel garment manufacturing. The week before was like fabrics. So we have different sectors which we focus on, bringing everyone together. Our events are always free. Even the event we do in London, we do an event in London twice a year in central London. Basically, it's been on hold, and hopefully we were hoping we would get to do it in February. We didn't get a chance, and now we're hoping September. So our fingers are crossed, we're going to start doing our events again. And but otherwise, I still see business is moving. It's today with technology, just the fact that you guys are here from all over, it's great, and just promoting somebody to a panelist, okay? But moreover, our discussions are informal, they're casual, and they're about getting to know people in the same industry, something exactly what you're doing from a different part of the world. And remember today, what I've seen, at least in my life and every day, which I'm learning, businesses is all about relationships, and today we can't, you can't go to a trade show, you can't go here, you can't go there, but you can meet someone virtually, you can connect, and then tomorrow you're doing business, and hopefully you remember that it was Fashionablyin that got you all together. So I'm just not gonna, not take.
Oh, you're not tucked into the power. So
yeah. So I'm just gonna. Hi, Cherry. How are you? How are you doing? Hi. Oh, sure. Okay. So listen, like I said, everything's very informal. It's casual. We want people to benefit from like we spend a lot of time marketing and getting the message out to all of you all that we're doing these events. So you have people from like all over, obviously in the same trade, some buyers, some suppliers, some manufacturers, some sales agents, some traders, some other people who are facilitating the trade. So at the end of the day, it's about getting to know each other and obviously with the aim to do business.
Go here. Let's see.
Oh, wait, if I go to my phone.
So without wasting more time, I'm just going to start like just talking to each one of you one by one, and then we can like interact with each other, ask questions, and maybe someone can say, okay, this is what I'm looking for. Someone can say, this is what I supply. Like I said, it's very informal. So let's start with Oliver's Bridal, because you're right up on my screen. Why don't you tell us more about where you're based? What do you do? Do you have a store? Do you have a brand? And what do you see as the trends in the bridal industry post-COVID?
Well, I'm a shop, so I'm hoping to open on the middle of April. I have an Australian brand at the moment that I sell at the shop that does well for me. Ours isn't so much trends. We still have customers who really just want, it's about a dress, a big day, being the princess, etc. We have a lot of Eastern European customers and what have you, which is where I'm at the moment looking for a label to try and fit their criteria, because my current label is going more in the boho sort of look, and that's where I'm at the minute.
So when you mean you're looking for a label, how, just tell us more about your buying process. What would you like them to send you lookbooks, line sheets? What is the process if a brand wants to get in your store, how would they take this to? Would they email you? What would they do?
Well, yeah, used to be, obviously, you'd go and see them at the trade shows, but obviously that hasn't been happening for the last year. So just looking around at labels, I've contacted some. They're going to get their reps to contact me and obviously send through their details. And I'm not looking to take on a big investment. I want something with low minimums so that I can work out if it's going to work for me, that label, before I invest too heavily.
So when you purchase or you take on a new designer in your store, let me understand, so just understand, this is recorded, and
yeah.
a lot of the information that people say over here, it goes to students who are learning, and so when I ask some questions, it's not like I'm trying to dig into your business or anything. It's just about trying to make everyone understand, so everyone can also understand what your process, because maybe what you do in what you do and someone does in a different country or in a different region is completely different, so just want to understand, what are the margins that you work with? Like if someone gives you something, £1,000, what is the margins that you work with when you sell something, from the wholesale to the retail?
Normally a minimum of about 2.7 markup. And I do my buying normally twice a year. So in March and September time, they're my buying times. So one other thing is, when you take a foreign designer or someone that's not from there, what about the shipping costs? Do they bear the shipping costs, or do you bear the shipping costs? The shipping costs are on the invoice. So the current designer that I use, they ship to their warehouse here in the UK, and then it's sent on by a, obviously UK courier, and I take that part of the cost.
Okay, so you take a part of the shipping cost.
Yeah.
Okay. And just one thing, which is a very important thing that I think is, what about when it comes to so the season's over, you've got a few styles which haven't sold. Do you work with designers that do a kind of exchange or take back, or are you left with the stock that you put on a clearance? How's your process? What do you do?
I'm normally left with the stock. So yeah, if something doesn't sell in their first season, then obviously I mark it as something I need to maybe shift from the rail, and I try and turn the stock before it gets to a point where I can't sell it for at least the cost that I've bought it at.
And sorry, you're based in London, right?
Just out on the outskirts of North London.
Okay, perfect. Okay, now just from your experience and everything, what do you think, what are the styles that are the best selling in your store?
I've got two types of customers. We've got the customer who wants the sort of less structured look, so therefore the sort of boho look. But then I have the girls that really want the big princess dress. So it's sort of two different types of styles completely.
And when you're dressing the bride, are you only doing the bride, or are you taking advantage of the mother of the bride and the other bridesmaids and the other dresses, or are you just sticking purely to bridal?
No, we do Desi for bridesmaids, have done for about 16 years, and the menswear as well. So we have, except for the mother of the bride, we look after them.
So you think that it is important to do the whole segment rather than stick to pure bridal? What is your take on that?
Customers seem to like it, the fact that it's all under one roof. They can get everything, they say, for obviously themselves, the groom and their bridesmaids.
And you see that as a trend where the family comes and shops together, or is it individual?
Well, it's going to get even more difficult, obviously, COVID now, because we're restrictive on numbers and obviously the amount of people in the shop at one time. So the priority, because the money is in the bridal side, it's to obviously prioritize the bridal appointments.
Okay. Sorry, Oliver's bride. What did you say your name again was?
Ellie.
Ellie, thank you so much for all the information. I just want to get to our audience over here before we get to someone else. Once I think there's someone speaking, we just got to mute them. Yeah. So is there anyone in our audience over here that would like to ask Ellie a question or would like to pitch their brand or as a designer to her? This is your 1 minute, 2 minutes that we have before we move to someone else. Please speak up. You know, does anyone want to say something or connect with Ellie? Okay, so I guess that it's just maybe later. Okay, so getting to some of the other people that we have here. Let's see, Vera's Bridal. How are you doing? You have to unmute.
Hi, everybody.
Hi. So can you first tell us where you based? And I think you're a designer or you store, and a little more about what you do, please.
My store located in US, in New Jersey, in Inglewood.
Okay.
And we are a luxury store, and we carry bridal gowns, special occasions, bridesmaids, flower girls. And I'm so uncomfortable to talk about it, about business.
No, so I'm just saying is
can you please ask fewer questions?
Okay, so no, I just want to understand. So do you feel that your business has been impacted with COVID? Has there been a dip?
Absolutely. Yes, like everybody else too.
And what do you feel the trend is moving forward? I mean, are bridesmaids are they shopping virtually? Are they shopping online, or the personal experience? Do you feel that that's becoming more online, or you think that in this industry?
I feel it's still the same. They tried virtually, it doesn't work. They still want to put it on, touch it, feel it, and have everybody's opinion. So
okay, so just about price points to understand your pricing. So I mean, you said you're a store in New Jersey, Inglewood.
Yes.
So
yes.
I'm assuming I'm saying a very upmarket area, right? Luxury, I would imagine, right? So what is the pricing that you start at for your
2.5? That's 2.5 and up.
Okay. And are you just keeping American designers, or are you keeping European, Asian, and designers from other countries?
We do have different designers, European, Asian. We do have kind of big varieties of designers in the store.
Okay,
and
so
we're always looking for somebody new and something exciting.
Okay, so now see, you're a store. Okay, when I speak to in America, when I speak to, because we're in London and we, there's a lot of shows that I visit in Europe and I meet people, and everyone tells me the very similar thing that every time I hear is that they want to grow their business in America. All the English designers, all the European designers, all the Asian designers, all the Australian designers, they always say one thing: please help me grow the business in America, So you being a store, a buyer in America, premium location, because I know the location, premium area. When a designer contacts you, what do you look in a designer for them to stand out and for you to buy from them,
We're always looking for something newer lace, newer design, something more exciting.
Okay, and the margins, what are the margins that you're working with? Is it like the same like in London, it's 2.7? Are you 2.7, 2.8? Are you working with the same type of margins, or is it more?
We have 2.2 and up to 3.
Okay.
Depends on the designer.
Okay, and another important thing that I want to ask you is, do you when you look at a brand, say a brand approaches you with their collection, and you probably met them on trade show, or they sent you an email, do you look at their social media, at their following, who's wearing the outfits? Do you influencers?
Absolutely. So that's the main criteria.
So do you think that is one of the most important things today, that you're looking at what the brands, what are the influencers connected with it? Is that
Right.
something, right? So can you just tell us more, and just tell us some brands that you keep, so we can understand about how you know, how you assess who to buy and stock in your stores?
I don't want to discuss all these designers, what we have in a store, but I can give you one, for example. For example, that's Barcelonian designer, that's Rosa Clara. She's amazing on social media, and it's very important. So
Yeah,
this
yeah,
gives you
okay.
the idea. But I have 16 different designers. I don't want to discuss every single one, but
So I'm just saying, so you keep 16 designers, and is that the limit?
Right.
Or do you keep like maybe, or are you, so how many more would you look, and how much, how many do you like, and you buy like twice a year, or is it 4 times a year?
Yes, we buy twice a year, and sometimes it works with new designers, sometimes it doesn't. So sometimes it's just waste of money, and then we see how it performs in our store. If it doesn't, so we eliminating that and searching for something. We have other regular designers, which are amazing, and we searching for somebody new.
Okay.
And we kind of have time like 6 to 12 months to see if it makes sense or not. And then we continue with designer, or we eliminated that.
Okay, great. And sorry, and what was your, Vera, what was your name again?
Vera, my name is Vera.
Okay, your name's Vera. Perfect.
Yes.
Okay, so it's great that we've got an input from a very posh location store in America, a store in the UK. And so before we move on to some of the other audience, would anyone like to say something? You know, I mean, usually people are more interactive, you know. I think someone needs to have some coffee over here. You know, does anyone want to say something, introduce themselves?
Yeah, I would. Hi, I'm Caroline from the UK.
Okay.
I'm on as Lillian Charles, but actually my company is called La Luna, so I'm not really sure why it's come up as that.
Check your inbox for a contact at
Yeah, go ahead, please. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I would just like to say this is a really great group, so thank you so much for inviting me. I'm actually a UK designer, and my company is called La Luna, and I'm fairly new. So we launched in 2019, and we did the bridal trade show in London, London Bridal Fashion Week. We were part of White Gallery, and we did really well. Our first show was amazing. Like, we were nominated as best bridal wear brand. So kind of came in, you know, a bit of a storm, really, doing really well. And obviously then COVID came. So everything kind of came to a screeching halt. And one of the things for me as a young designer, as a new designer, I'm really struggling to actually find stores that are willing to take on a new brand, you know, that will actually trust us as a new brand. But it's quite frustrating, because what I find is we do alterations for a really well-known store actually in the UK. It's one of the prestigious stores. So we do £16,000 wedding dresses. We alter them, all of the Berta bridal and all the sort of high end. But what I find is, when my private clients come in, or they'll come in with their dresses, they'll see my dresses on the rack, and they're like, oh my God, these dresses are amazing. Like, why do we not know about them? So I know that the dresses, people want them, you know, because we sell them to customers personally. But when it comes to getting stores to actually take on the brand, it's just so difficult. And I'm just at a loss, really. And I don't know why that is, because our social media is nice. Our dresses are really lovely quality. They fit amazing. Brides love them.
So listen, Lily, you got 2 buyers in front of you.
Caroline. My name's Caroline now.
Okay, Caroline, sorry. You have 2.
And my company's called La Luna.
Okay, Lilina, you've got 2 buyers in front of you. 2 great stores, one here and one. So like, I mean, you can leave your contact information, but just understanding.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
I want to ask both of y'all now, what is the selection process again? So I'm sorry if I repeated myself, but just what is the selection process again? How would a designer like Caroline connect with you to take this forward?
She can simply email us the lookbook and line sheet, and we can look at that, and we'll go from there.
And
Yeah, I'll do that.
do you, I mean, just to understand, do you also ask sometimes for samples, maybe to see the quality, to see the finishing, to see the embroidery? Is that something that you guys, and then like maybe a returnable sample, is that something that you also do sometimes?
That would be wonderful. That would be the best. So you can touch it and see it.
I think for us as well, like we've got our dresses are they're so beautiful on, and I think our photographs, they just don't do the dresses justice. They're so well made, they're hand finished. We make them all in our studios. I've kept all of the making here, you know, because they are higher end, they are more luxury. But I think, like, you know, like you're saying, like sending a sample so that a store could actually look at them, because when we did the trade show and people could actually touch and feel them, they loved them, and they were, all the buyers were so interested, you know, in stocking them. But then obviously with the pandemic, it was, everybody just got really scared, and obviously we couldn't really do anything, and people just not going out and trying on dresses. So it kind of stopped everything. But it's just getting people interested again in the product, and, you know, wanting to take that risk in a new brand. You know.
So great. Thank you so much, Caroline. I see Cherry Armour, you want to say something? You've raised your hand. Please go ahead. Cherry, you'd have to unmute.
Oh, hello. Yeah, Cherie Sustainable Bridal is our shop. So my name is Jeanette.
Okay, Jeanette, hi, how are you?
Hi, how are you? So our model is entirely different. We are a nonprofit organization. I'm sorry, I'm in a car, just got my second vaccine, so I'm en route. But our model is very different. We support our mission, which is a nonprofit organization, and we help people who are in crisis to help them get employment. So we have a bridal shop and 2 other resale shops. Everything is resale. Everything entirely 100% is donated to us. So we receive donations from individuals, but we also receive donations from bridal shops and from manufacturers. So when they have overstocks or returns or seconds or things from past seasons, they will, if they're local, we pick them up, or if they are not local, then they mail them to us and we can absorb the shipping costs. So that is our model. It's different, but we want to, you know, let others know that this is a great resource for them. I don't know what people do with those extra samples, but we have local shops that donate on a regular basis, and that is what, yeah. And so basically the universe is our inventory manager.
Wow. And for the brands that donate and they, so how is the process? Can you leave your contact details so they can, how they contact you, or who's in charge? What's the process then? Like you said, you even cover the shipping costs.
Yeah. So basically I got a notification from a bridal shop via email saying, you know, showcasing their dresses. And I wrote them back saying, I'm really sorry, but you're, you know, barking up the wrong tree because I don't purchase dresses. But if you happen to have any things that you can't use, then mail them to us. And he sent me a note back saying, hey, we'd love to do that, but we're in the Ukraine. So anyway, so we wired him some money for the shipping, and he sent us 5 dresses. So it was considered a small donation, but still huge. It was wonderful for us. So we're incredibly appreciative of all the donations. And it also helps the shops as well. Like our local shops, we will always say to our brides, like, if you don't find something that you like, these are great shops to go to. So we like to partner, and there's a lot of overlap.
You think, I mean, just to give a thought, do you think a designer could make a collection, right? And maybe from some proceeds from that collection could come to your charity or something? Do you do collaborations like that?
Well, we have on a very small scale, but not with, you know, not with big well-known designers. No, we've done with local designers.
No, because at least I'll tell you one thing with COVID, I mean, there's one thing I think all of us have learned is that the more you give, the more you get. You know, you have to give. You know, because it's the situations that have taught you that karma is very important, which is a whole different discussion. But it's a great thing you're doing. To get back now, to just get back to bridal, Vanity Bridal. I guess you were here of one of our first comers today. Would you like to say something? Are you there, Vanity? I don't. Okay, so moving to Tina's gift. Hi, how are you? You'll have to unmute.
Hi, how are you?
Hi. So please, you know, you were saying something just when we started, and then we got cut off. So please go ahead, tell us more about what you do as well.
Yeah, we are a retail store located in South San Francisco, California,
Okay,
and
nice.
we sell bridal gowns and like the veils and all the accessories they'll need. We also sell other formal wear like bridesmaid dresses and like quinceañera dresses, and we rent tuxedos.
So your business is, you think now things are coming back with the vaccine happening? Do you think, what is your take on?
I'm hoping that it will come back, but I looked at the First Communion. My niece is doing her First Communion this year, and she was telling me that only like, I think 5 people are able to do their First Communion. So I think there's going to be less sales because I think people are still going to be cautious. They're going to still take precautions about these events, but I hope that it'll come back soon because I know we've suffered quite a bit in the past year since all the events have been canceled.
And are you stocking only American designers? Or are you working with designers from all parts of the world?
Yeah, right now we're just doing American designers.
And are you interested? Are you interested to see brands from overseas, from the UK? Europe?
Yeah, I'd like to see brands from.
And so, what do you look like? Just tell us more about your buying process. You know, like what is it that you look at when you see a new designer? What's the thing that gets you that's what I want in my store?
Well, some of the designers we have, people requested them. And so we've had to contact the company to ask to sell their dresses. And some of them we found through other locations, like I guess networking with other stores that are a little farther from ours. And so we've been able to network and get some of those brands. And, I mean, we just like gowns that are very pretty. I know the girls that come in and the women, the brides that come in, they usually like more princess style dresses, but also very simple. So they're not into extravagant, designs or anything like that.
So are you doing prom dresses as well?
Yeah, we do prom dresses.
And you feel that's a big part of your business as well?
Yeah, when prom season comes along, like at the end of the school year, yeah, we do get a lot of sales from the nearby high schools. It helps to kind of partner with the high schools and do advertising directly with the high school. And so that has helped a lot, at least with, again, then when the teenagers come in for their prom dresses,
is that more rental, or is that they buy the dresses?
They buy it. They buy the dresses.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
we don't rent dresses. I think it'd be a little too difficult to rent dresses because usually you would need like an alteration. And so once the dress is altered, you can't rent it out to somebody else, or even it'd be really hard to sell it again to someone else. So we just do retail. We just rent the dresses.
And from the designers that you keep, what are the margins that you work with, and how many times do you buy in the year?
The upsell is 2.5 and above. It can go 2.5 up to 3, depending on the brand and how much we paid for the dress. And like prom dresses can easily be priced up to 3 because they're usually they usually cost less than a bridal gown. The bridal gowns are usually priced at like 2.5, around there.
And
then
what's
we
the pricing? What does it start at, the pricing?
For the bridal gowns, it's at 1,000.
Okay, so you start from 1,000 and then you go up to?
Not a whole lot. So our brides prefer more simple stuff. We get a lot of brides that are getting married for the second or third time. So they do prefer a much more simpler design, kind of like a sheath type of dress. So it can go for like maybe like up to 1,500 more or less with the brands that we're working with.
Okay. And any specific designer that you would just tell us that's doing like, or any specific styles that are doing really well with you, you know, that you're looking for in particular?
Just simple styles, nothing too extravagant. We've learned sequence is like really hard to sell sometimes. Not everybody likes them. So just more simple, maybe a little bit of lace, but just plain simple. And any style really, like princess, mermaid is another popular one. And then sheath type of gowns.
So thank you so much for all the inputs. And I just want to get to our audience. Before I see Nazrana, you want to say something? Please go ahead.
Oh, no, we can have everyone ask their questions and then I can jump in afterwards.
Feel free. Does anyone have any questions for Tina's Gift and Craft or before we get into Nazrana? Anyone else have anything to say? So just one last question for you. Sorry, what did you say your name was again? Tina's? Jessica. So I mean, just for my understanding, you're pretty much buying stuff at anywhere from 200 to 500 US. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. So these are like maybe not very premium designers, but value for money. Is that the?
Yeah, I think our only premium designer right now is Morley, and they're a really popular brand with us. A lot of the quinceañeras like their Morley dress. And then for wedding, it's usually either Mary's Bridal or, yeah, it's just Mary's Bridal that we have right now.
Okay, so if anyone has dresses at this price range, I think you should contact Jessica. Jessica, it'd be great if you put your contact details on the chat box. You know,
okay.
Anyone else wants to put their information on the chat box, please feel free to. Okay, so Nazrana, you're up. Please go ahead. Oh, you have to unmute.
Let me mute.
All right. Hey guys, my name is Shashank Gupta. I'm the leading South Asian men's designer in the US, and we help couples look Instagram ready for their weddings. I also own the biggest South Asian bridal boutique in the country. And we have a TV show / web series. It's called Nazrana Diaries, and that's sort of been the driving force for the growth of our store. The show now has 15 million views. We're actually going to launch season 3 next Saturday. I mean, this coming Saturday. I'm guessing I bring a different perspective because we're both designers as well as traders. So we do keep some in-house designs. We have an end-to-end supply chain from raw material procurement to manufacturing to export to wholesale to retail. All 5 of those value chains throughout the supply chain happen in-house for us. So yeah, I mean, I'm more than happy to help in any way I can. If anyone has any questions or if there's anything else I could provide value with, please let me know.
So tell us more about more. So what is this TV show? Is this something that, how did you get into it? You know, now that is it like, just tell us more about yourself, you know, it was very interesting, but just tell us more about yourself, you know, to understand more. Yeah.
Sure, absolutely. So there was in the US, there's really no South Asian designer per se. In India, of course, there are a ton of them.
So
Uh,
when you say South Asian, I mean, so people understand, is that India, Pakistan, Bangladesh,
Pretty much.
is that what you're referring to?
Yeah, India, Nepal, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka.
So when you and so your outfits are more traditional, or are they more European? What is the styling, or are they fusion?
So I would say 95% of our inventory is very traditional, but we do keep some fusion outfits. And for the most part, we custom design our fusion outfits. Just an interesting stat from 2000 to 2017, there's been a 38% increase in intercultural and interfaith weddings. And we cater to a lot of those. I mean, we've seen that growth in our store where a lot of the brides or the grooms are from a different culture or a different race. And to sort of cater to both of those and combine and honor both their cultures through outfits has sort of been our name to fame.
So where's your store? You didn't tell us where your store is.
Oh, it's based in Edison, New Jersey. So
Okay,
we're
so
pretty close to Vera's.
okay, great. So does anyone have any questions? I see Stella, Nick, you thank you for joining us.
Hello, how are you, everybody?
So hi, tell us
Can you-
where are you
Can you hear
from?
me?
Yeah, where are you from, and tell us more about you.
Okay, so thank you. Anyway, I just found this webinar, and I'm kind of like on preparing to enter the bridal shop. I don't have any. I'm just gathering the information. I did operated couture tailor shop for 17 years, and due to pandemic, I had to close the office, but we still continue working.
So where
with our
where are you from?
Okay, I'm in California. I'm like 15 miles from San Francisco north.
Okay.
And our area is very, I would say, high-end, kind of wealthy clients. So my idea was to connect with some vendors and probably have a little bridal shop to start with, because I can combine my two businesses now with tailoring on the side. So that was my idea, and I'm looking for possibilities. I was looking for franchising, but then I realized it's a little bit
so you're
complicated.
saying since you can do alterations and you can do
Yes, absolutely, yeah.
can
And
make it
we
easy.
do like
So you're looking,
we're specialists in couture, dresses. We make dresses ourselves, but usually it's a custom. We don't produce a big amount. So everything depends on the client's needs.
no, but alterations is a big business on its own, you know, and
Yeah, I know, but not these days. It's like right now, it's everybody's still kind of. There are no events. We're just entering the stage of people can go out and have some food outside.
So ideally you're looking for a designer or someone who you could partner with, you know, is that someone?
I think so, yeah. I think I would love to partner with some designer, preferably maybe overseas. I mean, I'm not limiting, but I would probably say, because like I said, the area where I live, and I used to be in San Francisco, but I moved north, and it's a really good area for sales. We don't have any bridals or prom dresses here. I mean, only like in big stores like Nordstrom's and Macy's. But uh, um, I think that, I mean, my projection that if I will bring some bridals or prom, because there are like two high schools here, um, it will work.
So yeah, no, I think you're onto something, and you need someone who's so how do they do? Will you write? How do they contact you? Would you put your contact information
I
on
would
the
love
chat box?
to. Yeah, I can leave my website. My website right now is built for just for the service, but
Okay.
I already built for the sales, but it's hidden. So I'm kind of ready to jump into any sales if someone will, if something will catch my eye and we can find a contact together.
So when you say, like you said it's really upmarket. I mean, that's what I'm understanding. What say you want to sell bridal outfits, you want to sell prom dresses. Do you have an idea of the pricing that you have in mind, that this is the pricing that will work in your area?
I think I do. So we have like in San Francisco there are like several bridal stores, and their prices probably starts from 2,500 and going 3, 5,000, 7,000. So that's the market where I am right now,
Okay.
and so I think something like on the higher end.
Yeah, high end, mid end. Yeah. So basically,
Yeah.
designers that are wholesaling at maybe a 1,000, a 1,500, right? You know.
Yeah. The thing is that maybe I don't have a lot of money right now to buy out the dresses.
Also,
Especially, I need to jump into the rent again. This is all risky. Maybe like we can start like partnering right now and see how that goes.
Good question, and I'm going to ask a lot of the store owners here a very important question that I just have is, do can you sell? I mean, I know you guys have stores, but have you sold stuff by catalog, by showing them a catalog and saying, okay, the designer will make it for you like this? Because sometimes I know Jessica, is that something that you've done?
We do that. We'll show them we'll have a few samples so they can look at the quality and the material, and if they want to try on a size to see if it'll fit them. But yeah, most of our sales is through a catalog, and then I mean sometimes they don't want it, but most of the time the dress will ship in and they'll love it, and then they'll buy it and take it with them.
And Vera, would you like to add something about catalog, about selling like through a catalog? Have you been successful in doing that?
No,
No, okay.
absolutely not. We tried that during the lockdowns, and we had virtual appointments, and we're still doing that, but it doesn't work well.
So
you can sell it, but it's so hard. It's like it doesn't work.
Yeah.
In my store. Yeah.
But you're in, just for understand, you're more in the premium market, right? You even sell like what's the most expensive outfit you've sold?
We don't have very, very expensive, but $10,000.
Okay, a little, okay, up there. Okay.
Yeah, but virtual appointments are important too, because that's what brings customers to the store. What can I say?
Okay, so just moving to some of our other audience.
Just to sort of interject on that one.
No,
like
please,
virtual appointments have been phenomenal for us. Like we would have never thought we'd be selling bridal outfits either on virtual appointments or from out of country. But during COVID, like we had wedding outfit orders from Australia, from Trinidad, from Guyana, from Switzerland. It was kind of really insane because we never anticipated a bride buying her wedding outfit without actually physically trying it on. But the pandemic definitely changed that for us. And that's why we've sort of even invested in technology where in the next 15 days on our website, customers will be able to virtually try on jewelry. An AR feature, I don't know if you've seen the Ray-Ban website. I think they do a phenomenal job with it. So on our site, in another 15 days, customers will be able to go on and try on their bridal jewelry. We can't do that with outfits.
I have a question to you on that. I so believe that this virtual world is working. But my main question is that I speak to a lot of people because, we do trade shows and our job is connecting people. So I always get both sides, buyer side, supplier side, both the stories, and what is your take on returns? Because this is, I mean, you don't want to be investing in all this technology. I mean, I'm not saying, I mean, obviously this is the way forward, but what is the returns on something when with bridal, or do you say it is custom made and then it does not have a return policy? You know, is that,
Right.
I don't know. Can you give me your feedback on that?
Yeah, so for us, we don't do return exchanges. I mean, especially on our bridal wear for sure. And for custom pieces, there's really no question about it. But our custom process is a little different, right? We'll send customers progress photos throughout the process. So it's never like after the 5-month period or 4-month period when they're getting the outfit, they're just getting something fresh from the sketch. Like they're kept in the loop throughout the process. So we fortunately don't have that problem just because we don't do returns or exchanges. In the off chance if they receive something and there was like a defect in it, of course, 100% we'll do it. But other than that, we really don't. And we have like a virtual fitting room in our store too now, due to the pandemic. And it's really more of I'm at a loss of words for the right word for it, but it's more for setting ourselves apart from our competition than actually leading to any sort of conversion. Like when someone walks in the store and they see a virtual fitting room in the store, it doesn't necessarily lead to a conversion, but it builds a brand image to the customer that, hey, like we don't see this in a ton of stores. Like we're setting ourselves apart from our competition.
Can I add something? Your store is different. That's not regular bridal store. So you have more clients, I mean, more brides or grooms for that kind of outfits or bridal gowns. That, like I said, not many stores like that. I heard about your store, you know how many years ago? Ah, you've been in business for a long, right?
We started this one in 2012.
2012. I think it was another store, but for so many years, I know I had few customers and they were kind of traveling to Addison just to that particular store because only that store has that what they wanted. So I guess that's easier to do the virtual appointments than regular bridal stores. Regular bridal stores, we have kind of this or that similar, different, about the same price range, but that's what makes it, the competition makes it harder. You know what I mean?
So I think on the physical part, you might be more right, but on the virtual front, you're competing with the world, right? Because whether it's being shipped from New Jersey, USA, or Delhi, India, or Bombay, India, it doesn't make a difference to the customer, right? As long as they're not trying on. So we have to be very price competitive across the world, not just in our neck of the woods. I think for customers specifically who want to try on stuff physically, yes, you might be a little more accurate, but when we're talking about the virtual world, like the world's our playing field.
Can I ask a question?
Sure, please.
With the, because what I find with my business, we offer like an online sort of virtual service as well. It hasn't been great, if I'm honest, but what I found is a lot of my customers, the alteration customers that I have, that they'll bring dresses to me that need altering that they've ordered online. And I find that the ones that come to me that have been ordered online, they tend to retail around £1,000. So what I found is there's always like a ceiling. So they'll order, they're willing to risk, say, like £1,000 on a dress. I don't know what you're sort of selling these dresses for, but because my dresses, they start at 2,000 and they go up. So we do more of a couture service.
Is that wholesale? Is that wholesale or retail?
No, our retail. So they retail from, so our most simple dress is like 2,000. And then like our sort of average dress, our best selling dress is nearly £4,000. So I don't think that brides are sort of at this stage, in my experience, they haven't been willing to take that risk, even though we could more than easily make a dress for a bride virtually, like based on their measurements. But it's just getting them to part with that cash. I found that quite difficult, and trusting that level of a sale online. So, I mean, just out of curiosity, what sort of price range are we talking about selling virtually, like for you guys? Like, because I'm just wondering.
So we're at a similar price point because our bridal range does start at 1,500, and majority of it is in the I would say 2,750 to 3,500 mark, and the higher end's close to like 6K.
Is that dollars?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we're pounds, so it's still like a bit more. Okay, so yeah, I mean, it must be. I have to have a look at what you do.
Yeah, so I
maybe.
think what's really helped us build credibility is our show.
Yeah, that helps me.
So yeah, so like that adds the brand value, and I guess the trusting part of it becomes a little easier, because like the show has been fantastic for us, especially during the pandemic.
What show do you do? Do you do your own show, or are you part of an organization?
No, so it's our own show. I own the IP for the show. It's called Nazrana Diaries. You could check it out on YouTube. I'll put a link in
Nazrana,
the
just
chat.
good point. You should definitely connect with Cherry Amor, right? Because I know she's looking for people to. Hi again, Cherry, you're there? I mean, she's just gone off again. Hi.
Mute. Okay, here I am.
I think Nazrana is a perfect person for you.
Fantastic.
Yes, how do we spell it?
And how do you spell that?
Nazranaa.
Okay, so I just
Fantastic.
1 second. I'm just going to get to Ton Style. How are you doing? Would you like to unmute? Ton Style, Catrice. Am I saying that right?
Hello, excuse me, I speak little English.
Don't worry, how are you? Welcome. So where are you from?
I'm from France.
Okay, and you're a designer?
Yes, I am designer.
Okay, great. So listen, you're in a virtual room right now with so many store owners. So tell us more about your collection, price points. Let's hear a pitch.
Repeat, please. That's why.
No, I
said
1 minute. Tell us more about your collection.
Yes. I work. Excuse me, I speak little English. Huh? It's very difficult for me.
Don't worry about it. Does anyone know French that could say? Can you tell us more? Yeah, please. So wedding photography, please. Thank you.
I'm French, so if you, I can translate for you if you want. I'm French too.
That would be great.
Super.
So please.
Bonjour. En fait, bonjour, merci. Hein, si vous pouvez faire la traduction, c'est génial. En fait, moi, je suis une créatrice française qui travaille pour la Russie, mais qui travaille également en fait en France.
Okay, just 1 moment. She's a French designer who's working with Russian people.
Okay, wow.
And France too. Okay.
Exactement. Je travaille également pour l'Europe de l'Est. Donc, en fait, ce que je fais, c'est que je vais créer des prototypes exclusifs pour nos boutiques. Ça veut dire qu'une boutique va me demander tel prix, telle robe, et moi, je vais lui créer. Et j'ai également un site internet avec des catalogues. Je peux travailler sur les 2 tableaux.
Okay, she's designed some things unique and on demand. Sorry about my English is not very good too, but
thank you.
And she has a website too, and anyone who wants something very special, she can make it for you.
So let her tell her to put her information on the chat box, right? And you know, there's all the store owners over here as well. Please put your information so everyone can connect, you know. And why don't you tell us more about what you do? Because you're a photographer, right?
Yeah. Donc, juste Tina, c'est Tina. Non, ton style créatrice. Voilà, n'hésite pas à mettre ton site internet sur la conversation à droite là.
Super. Et juste, vous pouvez juste traduire sur. En fait, ce qu'il y a, c'est que je travaille avec des tissus européens. Ça, c'est important aussi. Et pour moi, je trouve que c'est important. Et en fait, on peut choisir vraiment toutes les dentelles, tous les styles. Je fais tous les styles du monde, en fait. Voilà. Tout ce qu'on veut, je peux faire. Et je travaille également à la main. C'est possible également.
She's working.
Et c'est du sur-mesure. Je travaille avec du sur-mesure.
Tu m'as dit des dentelles.
En fait, je travaille des dentelles et des tissus européens. Et je peux même travailler à la main, en fait. Okay. Et tout est sur mesure chez nous. On ne fait pas de
she's working with European fabrics, and she's doing any kind of things you want, really. And
Okay.
she's doing it herself.
Oh, wow, that's fascinating.
Amazing.
So how long does a dress take to make?
Combien de temps te prend une robe?
Alors, en fait, tout dépend. Si tout est fait à la main avec les strass, parce que je fais également tout ce qui est cabaret burlesque. Donc, si tout est à la main, tout dépend en fait de la robe. Je peux en 15 jours sortir une robe, en une semaine sortir une robe parce que j'ai l'atelier également derrière. Ou on peut sortir, tout va dépendre de la robe et du travail dessus. Si on doit strasser un strass par un strass sur toute la robe volumineuse, forcément, ça prendra plus de temps, mais on va être 3-4 à strasser une robe, par exemple.
She has a workshop behind her, atelier. I don't know how to say.
Wow, yeah, atelier, right? Yes, perfect.
So a dress can be ready on 1 or 2 weeks, but it depends on the dress, obviously, because if there's many sparkles, no,
yeah, embellishments, sequins, embellishments, yeah.
It's very it takes very long time to do that, but yes, 2 weeks or more.
Et après, on peut faire des choses très simples. En 3 jours, elles sont faites. C'est voilà.
And for the minimalist dresses,
yeah.
She can be ready on 3 days.
Okay, beautiful. So listen, thank you so much. Thank you so much for telling us. Now, so we're coming towards the end of our webinar, and it's we just have the last 5 minutes. So I'm just going to ask anyone else if they would like to say something before I tell you a little more about what we do. Yes, yeah, you please go ahead. Yeah, tell us about the photography.
Hi everyone, I'm Sophie. I'm French photographer, and I'm specialized on weddings. And I had a plan, a goal. It is to be destination wedding, but the time is not great for that with COVID. But I really want to do that, and I'm working on this.
So leave your information in the chat box. You know, it's okay. You know, remember, everyone needs a good photographer. Everyone thinks if they think they can do it on their iPhone, it's not happening. You need a good photographer, especially when you know. So does anyone else would like to say something? I'm just gonna I see Katranza Babinska. How are you doing?
Katarzyna, hello, I'm good. Hi everyone. I don't know if you can hear me.
Hi, so where are you from?
I'm from Poland. I am from the company that is the atelier of one fashion designer. It's called the Marco, and we are based in Poland. We do bridals on demand and women's wear as well. I think I will just have time to put some details if someone is interested to see our website and maybe order some designs on demand in different styles.
Just ask, what is your price? What is your pricing at? What is your price points? The wholesale pricing?
It is very different depending on how simple the design is, but it's about from about 500 pounds up to, let's say, 1,500.
Okay, and this is wholesale.
Yes.
Okay, so
what do you mean by the? No, it's the retail. I mean, it's the retail really, but it's just because we don't do the mass production. We do more of a unique designs.
Okay, great. So leave your contact information. It's great to see that. It's great to see so many people here from all over the world. So just before we leave, I'm just going to tell you, a little bit about what we do. We're Fashionablyin. We're London based. We organize trade shows. We've been doing it for a few years. we connect people. So since our show is not happening physically, we got a membership program that we're promoting. It's for like £690 a year, and we basically connect you with more business opportunities. I think we've done a great job here today by getting so many people in from different parts of the world, and that's what we do best, you know. So if anybody's interested to know more about our services, of how we can grow your business, find you more clients, get you more B2B meetings, that please hit us up, because that's what we do. So just before we end, you know, because we got another minute, but does anyone else want to say something? Any words of wisdom? Anything people want to talk about? You know, interesting, or share? See, Nazrana, it was a pleasure. I think you're doing something great with the show. Keep the good work up. You know, I think any advice you have for people out there, you know, someone else looking to maybe promote their brand like the way you have?
Yeah, so I mean, we were really heavy on Instagram and YouTube. I mean, YouTube's definitely the show has worked for us on a different level. But we were heavily involved in Instagram, ignoring Facebook, which we still kind of do. But the one piece of advice that I got was really make sure, especially if you have a website on Shopify, get onto Pinterest, because you can easily link the two. And Pinterest, so we thought Instagram was driving traffic to our website till we added Pinterest. Pinterest drove 5x the traffic of all our other sources combined. So if you're not on Pinterest, get on Pinterest, and if you have a Shopify store, you can easily connect your products.
Really good advice. Honestly, I think this is one of the best advice that everyone's got today about getting on Pinterest, because
I just ask one question about Pinterest? Sorry, do you pay for Pinterest? Did you do the paid ads on Pinterest?
No, we haven't done that yet. No.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
I think the easiest thing you could do if you really want to learn about any of these things, and I mean, we start off our Instagram by this. So there's a website called Udemy, right? They do a bunch of these small courses, and these courses aren't expensive. They're like $20, $50, these kind of courses. If you don't know much about Pinterest or haven't used it, like take a Udemy course for $50. They'll break it down in sections for you, and then just go ahead and run with it. 9 out of 10 times, I don't know what website platforms everyone's using, but if it's not a home-based website, if it's Shopify, WordPress, any of these things, I'm pretty sure they have an app for Pinterest where you can just link your website, and all your products can automatically get on to Pinterest.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, just I see some new people joining in. Laurel Bridal, how are you doing?
Hello, guys. Yes, I'm from Chicago. I just received an email not too long ago, and I just jump in to just see what is going on about it.
Oh, but you just got in when we're about to end. You know, it's so sad. But listen, why don't you just tell us about yourself quickly? Just tell us more about what you do. Do you have a store? Are you a brand?
I have a store in Chicago for 17 years. I'm Polish, but I live in Chicago, and we some European dresses. We work with only with the European companies. I bring everything from Europe, and the same thing. We have two companies where we are distributing them in United States.
Okay, great. I just saw. I think there's a Polish brand over here, Katrana Babinska, right? Is that are you?
Yes. Hello.
Okay, so now just understanding. We have a Polish designer, and we have a store in Chicago which has Polish heritage. Now, how would you sell to her? Just how would you sell to her? Like, what is the process? Give me just so other people would know as well.
How would we sell?
Yeah, what would you do? Yeah, would you sell?
Okay, so basically the situation looks like that. We've got this shop with some designs that are
I'm talking about right now. You're here in front of Laurel. She has a store in Chicago.
Hello.
How would you sell to her?
Hello, Laura. Hello, Laura. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. So the company is called the Marco. It's a small atelier in Poland, off the beaten road, not in the posh area, but we do a lot of unique designs. And if you're interested, I left the details in the chat with the website address and potentially contact details. If you wanted to contact us and see what we do, please do so, because we do very interesting things. Our designer, she is Polish lady who's got a lot of experience with not very typical measurements on the lady's figure, and she is trying to make the beautiful designs that make them look unusual in these special days, like, you know, the wedding. But we do design simple things, we do design more complicated things, and our price range is from about £500 up to 1,500. But
can you tell me in the dollars?
In the dollars will be a little bit less than 1,500, I think.
And that's, and then you do wedding dresses, right?
We do women's wear, and it's more of a bespoke tailoring. But sometimes if there is the demand on designing some special style, then we do design it remotely and just sell it for the companies.
Okay, great.
Because we don't do the mass production, we do one-off projects most of the times.
Okay, great. Thank you again. Thank you again. So just one last question, Laurel. I just have one question for you.
Yes.
So you missed a lot of things, but just to understand more about you. So this is a store, and you sell designers from all basically European designers, right? And at what price points?
Wholesale? Are you talking about wholesale?
No. Okay. So wholesale, what do you buy at?
From like 500,000. It's a whole.
Hi, I am.
Yeah. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, so it's like 500 to 1,000. It's a wholesale, and we bring everything from Europe, and we're retailing to the to stores in the United States.
Okay, great. So Laurel, leave your contact details on the chat box. Everyone else here who would like to contact Laurel, you'll have her details. And I see a lot of people who just joined in. I feel sad that we're ending at this moment. Does anyone want to say anything before we end? Any words of wisdom? Anything that they would like to share that other people, or just quickly before we close today's session? The dress.
Oh, how often do we get this? Do we get this meetings?
So just tell me something. Did you enjoy today's session? That's the first thing I want to ask you. Did you like it?
I do like it. This is my first time, and I like to be connected with other people. And I think it's amazing.
I know, but it's great. It's great because I'm not even in London right now. I'm on vacation, and it's still happening. So
yeah.
So
that's even better.
So it's great. And so the dress. Before we end, would you like to say something? Tell us more about what you do. Today's show is about bridal, so just let's stick to bridal, please.
I just joined, so I didn't follow anything. I was too late. I had meetings, so I cannot follow anything you're saying. I'm sorry.
Okay, what? Tell us more about your business. Just tell us more about what you do.
I have a bridal boutique near to Antwerp, and I represent some designers. So
okay,
that's
wow.
what I do.
So it's great to see that we have people from Poland, Antwerp, America, the UK. It's great. I'm so glad that we've got everyone together. Leave your contact details. Just one last question for you. So you buy designers, mainly European designers, or what type of designers and what price points?
I have American designers, European designers, and I have a small collection of my own from China. Okay. Price point is in euros between 1,200 and 3,000 euros.
Okay, nice. And you also use usually like 2.5, 2.8 markup when you buy a designer?
Yes.
Okay, great. So listen, we have to end today's session because it's time up, but listen, it was great to see all of you here. from all parts of the world. You know, I think at least I'm so happy with our team at Fashionablyin. At least we're doing something right by getting everyone here, you know. So hopefully all of us are crossing fingers that September we'll be able to do our show in London again, our physical show. And till then, we're going to be doing these virtual things. We've got a different sector, like I mentioned. Bridal will happen probably in the next 2 or 3 months again, but every week we have a different sector: fabrics, fashion accessories, jewelry, footwear, you know, different sectors in the textile and fashion industry. So once again, thank you all for being here. It was great, and I hope everyone is safe. And I see one more last person. Narda, would you like to say something before we close? Narda, I just see one last person who joined in. Narda, would you like to say something?
Can I just ask, this is a dress, has this been recorded? Is there, can I see what has,
yeah. So it's recorded, and the recording will be up in the next half an hour. So okay, everyone will be able to see it in the next. And there's been a great discussion actually. Today's session was really interesting. You know, very good information about pricing, American market, the UK market, and now you obviously from the European side. You know.
Okay, perfect.
So and like I know Stelnik had mentioned that she was looking for a partner to collaborate in the American market in California. So, you know, there's a lot of interesting things that have happened. Everyone, I hope, have left their contact details, you know, and then once again, till we see each other, thank you again and bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
See you. Thank you. Bye.